Hello everybody, it's me, King War Murray, and like I said in my update video Monday, I'm making a video on TF2. This time about the TF2 Summer Update. Sorry, I was pulling a blank. Basically, I've taken a break from the community. I wasn't paying attention as much because, I play it and then everything dies down, nothing's happening, and the community just, goes back to its normal stuff. But as it gets closer and closer to when we expect the update to come out, as a community in a whole, people have gotten very much again bashing on Valve for stuff that I find is not worthy of being cruel to Valve, I guess you could say. Unpopular opinion, and I'm going to say this away that, and this is how I think. I'm going to get this out of the way before. A lot of the community, and myself included, when I was a lot younger and watched certain YouTubers and wasn't good at the game. I mean, I'm still not, but I wasn't, able to understand the game and make decisions on about what the community as a whole should do. And I'm guilty of this for really anything that goes along with media in general. People think they have, their opinions are not influenced, and it's wholeheartedly based on what they think. And it's not. You could, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. An opinion is themselves, but it's not, doesn't mean it's not influenced. And I mean, some of my thoughts are influenced. Maybe not good, maybe bad, maybe good, but it's up to whoever's listening. I've noticed that a lot of the community has listened to people, and that's kind of, I guess you could say, made themselves, not open to other ideas. And the community has always been toxic. People don't talk about it, but the community has always been toxic, like really toxic. Back in, 2014, 2015, when I first started, 2016 was like the worst because Meet the Match, but people were toxic. People were rude to people, not racism, but you were just, everyone was a jackass to each other. The community has always been toxic, and it's the same with any game. But I'm saying is that the community doesn't like Valve, and it all started back in Meet the Match, and everyone knows this. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent, I should. But I'm just saying that, the TF2 community's opinions as a whole are very much shot down straight and narrow, and there's really no middle, or at least that's what no one thinks, and the people who think in the middle are obviously not, recognized because, you're either far this or far that, or, it's a big thing in itself that needs to be talked about. I feel like I'm not a good enough YouTuber to talk about it. I haven't been with the TF2 community for as long as some other YouTubers have, and I mean, I'm extremely young. I played the game when I was, not even 10 yet. I wasn't even 10. I was like 9 and 8. Heck, even 6 and 7 I started playing TF2, I was extremely young. I don't have the experience to talk about it. I only got one point of view, and, often that is, not still with me. I can't recognize. I might remember something, but, it's too recent in my memory to just, like, pop back in my brain. It's too recent of events, and so I'm not able to think about it as much as I would say something when I was, like, 5. And it wasn't a major event. It was a normal thing. So I just don't remember much. But basically, a lot of people have been saying to Valve that, hey, I don't expect the update to be anything good. It's not going to be. It's just going to be like a normal summer update or Smith Scream Fortress. And I mean, I think people are confused in what they think as going to be a good update. Our last update was Jungle Inferno. A great update. One of the majorest updates, one of the biggest and grandest and just enormous update that TF2 had ever received up to that point. And there was even small major updates like Blue Moon afterwards, It was a small update, and it was considered a major update. So, take that with a grain of salt, what I'm saying, because I don't remember the time very well. That would have been 2017, late 2017. I remember TF2 before Jungle Inferno, and I remember it after it. But around that time, I kind of just faded away and wasn't paying attention as much as I was. But enough about me. Back to what the topic at hand is. keep losing my train of thought. Oh, yes. But, like, you know, take for example Blue Moon or Love and War. Like, those didn't have any weapons. Heck, Love and War was just taunts and cosmetics, and it had a theme and a name. So did Blue Moon, but it was just cosmetics. But people liked it because, you know, it was an update. It was a major update. It had a theme and a name, just like this update's going to be. It isn't just going to be summer themed. They've stated that already. And here comes the part which people are probably not going to like me saying is, I think Valve not being really open to the community about this update is actually a good play on themselves. Albeit, it's a kind of sheepish way of getting out of something. It's basically Valve's scapegoat from, you know, not taking blame if it's not up to par to what we expected. I mean, because think of it, they're not going to tell us what the update's going to be until like really close to the release. They might give teasers, but that's the thing. You know, if we don't know, we can't lower or raise our expectations. And that's a good thing, I think, because it gives us a chance to, you know, sink in, get all our hatred out, or, you know, and then by the time it gets here, it's probably going to be better than what we expected, because we already have a low bar set, but not knowing anything, we can't lower the bar even farther, or make it even higher. So there's no way to be disappointed in any situation, basically. Right as it stands right now. You can't be disappointed about the update because we literally know nothing about it. Besides that, it's summer, it's set in the summer, and it has a name and it has a theme, and it's going to have cosmetics, taunts, maps, community fixes. And I actually did the math, you know, not math, but I thought of it this way. Okay, so what do we know that the update's going to have? Well, it's a major update, so it's going to have a name and it's going to have a theme. So that's two things that we haven't ever experienced since, heck, Jungle Inferno, Blue Moon, you know, not the normal stuff we've gotten. So those are two, you know, things that are to be expected and are going to be given to us from what they've said. We're going to get cosmetics, war paints, taunts. Taunts are not a given, but it's seeing what Valve has been adding to the game recently, it's heavily likely that they're going to add taunts because they added taunts for, you know, at least 2 years now. Maybe close to just a year, but a year in, you know, TF2 is quite a bit of time because we've had taunts from summer and stuff like that. So it's likely we'll get taunts. So we got a name, we got a theme, we got taunts, we got cosmetics, we got war paints. We're gonna get maps. That's a given because they've given us, you know, maps before. I mean, they always do. And Smithmas and Halloween we got, or Smithmas. It's never Halloween, but Smithmas we've gotten. Fred Space, you know, Pier in the couple of years that are now in normal rotation. So already those are 6 things. I think I wasn't really counting very well. Then, you know, here's the things that aren't going to be given necessarily. The comic, it's not a given. Weapons, not a given. Not likely. NPCs, non-playable characters. So, like, not any new characters or lore. No lore. So those are 4 things compared to 6. Maybe 5. But, you know, there's a lot more things that we could be getting that we haven't gotten in forever. Like, and community fixes, too. So we're getting stuff. And it's going to be a pretty hefty-sized update for the situation as it stands for TF2. And, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. But, yeah. Whenever I make these videos, it's kind of funny. I go on tangents, and it's just a lot of things racing through my mind. And I like making these videos where they're not, you know, scripted. Because, you know, it gives a sense of honesty and truth and realism that I'm saying this straight from the heart, basically. You know, it's just coming off the top of my head. So, yeah. But yes, I'm basically saying the community needs to stop being so rude to each other, basically, and Valve. Because, you know, you can't talk shit about an update that hasn't happened, that we know nothing about. And I know people are going to be like, well, you know, Valve is being pieces of shit for not, you know, telling us what's going on. But like I said, it's them being, this is something you can give them crap on, it's their scapegoat. Because, you know, you guys can't get mad at them if right now as it stands if you don't know what the update's on. So you can't be like, we don't want this. We don't like this. And they told us, like, way before. Like, We had 2 months, and you know, already people were making great content on the workshop. We had 2 months, well, not me, but you know, people had 2 months to create, you know, workshop items and maps and stuff. You had till the end of May, and then you know, June, you know, or was it March? I don't know for sure what the date was, but you know, they've had this bit of time, and here, this is something I'm going to say, and it's, don't take my word, it's probably not right, and I'm probably giving you a wrong expectation of when so basically, this is when I think the update's going to happen. I think it's going to happen definitely not this soon in the June, probably if we're lucky, the end of June, the very end of June, from the 20th to, you know, July 1st. July 1st, and then if it's not then, and it's not the beginning of July, it's going to be the middle of July. Those are from July, the middle of July to the end of June. Those are the date range that I would expect, knowing how long they've had to work on the update and how long they've had to look at workshop items and see what, come up with a theme and a name. So yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I have my doubts myself, because you can think, oh, they're gonna give us this but that, and you know, I'm not saying this is their job, they have to do it, they have to work on the game, that's how they get paid. But, you know, like with me, I might just abandon a project because I just don't feel like I want to do it anymore, because I just don't have the energy, and, you know, I lost interest in it. Hopefully that's not the case, and I doubt it, knowing Valve are bound to get something. We'll get something, whether it's good or bad is up to debate. But until then, do not hate on Valve, people, or anyone, because you don't know what to expect. Basically what I'm saying is just don't be a douche to Valve. And I mean, don't be a douche in general, that's just good life lessons. And to the TF2 community specifically, like this whole video's been, you can't judge a book by its cover until you've seen the cover and read the book. Like you can't just judge the update based on the basic amount, the vague amount of information we know that's basically little to nothing. And we never know. You never know. Maybe this update will be the just surprise us all and be amazing and more than we expected. And I'm not saying Jungle Inferno, far from it. Maybe like one of the first updates at the most, that size. Maybe like we might get, if it's a update big enough to get weapons, then it's gonna be an update that's like it has 3 weapons. That's it. You know, whole bunch of maps, cosmetics. Just be aware, and you know, don't be geez, I don't know how to say this. You know, don't be a douche, you know, be aware, be patient, you know, don't get your boots tied in a knot, and you know, don't get your panties in a twirl, because you know, or twirl, that sound like I said twirl, panties in a twirl, because you're gonna end up being more disappointed than if you were just sit down and be patient and just kind of play TF2, you know? Be happy with what we have now and what we've gotten the past few years, you know, from, just think that it was so bad from 2020 to, you know, 2018. Those were the, you know, zombie years of TF2. And then 2021 and 22 were like the COVID years of TF2. But it's 2023, and the end of 2022, we've gotten plenty, like the middle of 2022 has been perfect. And the bot crisis, it's like gone, basically. I have not seen, like I think yesterday I maybe ran into one bot, but you know, it's not a problem anymore. You don't see people talking about it, and the people that do just want to cause drama, or at least that's what I think. So yeah, this is a tangent of a video, and it's kind of been up and down, and kind of like the TF2 community right now. It's just like a winding road, a bumpy road, a gravel road that takes you to the gravel pit. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Most of all, be happy, play TF2, enjoy the game as it is now, and hopefully don't cause any trouble, I guess. But see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!